It's your boy TPJ here. This is the intro for this episode of Hoops and Brews. How do you define an NBA superstar? Is it wins? Is it championships? Is it all-star appearances? Is it all NBA defensive teams? Is it all NBA teams? Do you define it by commercials? Because if you define it by commercials, Chris Paul is definitely an NBA superstar. But if you define it by winning, by championships, by getting to it when it matters, Chris Paul is not a superstar. Chris Paul is not a Hall of Famer. I've been saying this for years now. And now the world is finally starting to come on my side. You telling me you couldn't show up? You telling me that you could accumulate 13 points? What are you doing, my mans? You are minus 10 for the game. But you a superstar? But you got State Farm commercials next to bum-ass DeAndre Jordan? Huh? Mr. shooting 40% from the free throw line in the playoffs? But people want to talk to me about you being a superstar. You, Chris Paul, CP3, the fry guy, because you will never, ever, and I mean never, ever, make it to the big grill. Unless you do what a lot of old NBA superstars do, or guys who think they're superstars but aren't really superstars because they can't win on their own. Then you go to another team with championship caliber, because that's what guys like you do. On the court, you're a coward. Because if you weren't a coward, you would win. And you don't win. So people, all of you, especially you watching this video right now, don't you ever in your life compare Christopher Paul to Stephen Curry, to Russell Westbrook, to Kyrie Irving, even to John Wall.
He's better than Kyrie Irving, by the way. He's better than Kyrie Irving.
Hey, this is my segment. Anyways, Chris Paul, you're not a Hall of Famer. Chris Paul, you're not a superstar. Chris Paul, you're not even a top 5 point guard in the NBA. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead, we're going to get ready, and we're going to hop into this Hoops and Brews thing, man. But I just had to make sure that I posted a special bulletin for the scrub that is Chris Paul. And if you on the internet and you just now coming around to this Chris Paul thing that I've been talking about for the past 28 episodes, give a brother some credit. Don't act like you all of a sudden formulated this opinion on your own, because you didn't. And as I said before, Chris Paul is the fry guy. He's the fry guy because he will never, ever make it to the big grill. He's going to be on those fries, waiting on that 5-minute timer to go off for the rest of his life. Because every time he gets a chance to show why he belongs in the Hall of Fame, why he's a superstar, why, for some stupid-ass reason, he's been elected an all-star for all these years, even though he ain't won nothing. You think about me. You think about this. You think about the fact that Chris Paul has played more NBA playoff games than any player in history and has never made a conference final. Since 2000, there have been two teams. Dos that have not made the Western Conference Finals. One of those, the New Orleans Hornets, which was led by Chris Paul, and the other one, the Los Angeles Clippers, who are a sorry franchise and unfortunately are led by Chris Paul. On that note, let's get out of here. It's Hoops and Brews, episode number 29. It is what it is. Chris Paul, you're a scrub.